Hello and welcome. As you well know, this is Cosmic Greninja, and I'm coming to you today with my favorite starters tier list. Sorry for the noise in the background, that's my cat who's decided to join us today. Um, he has some strong opinions about a few of them. There, is a cat Pokemon, two of them. One being grass and one being fire. He could be the next water Pokemon. So, anyways, I digress. We'll go through my list of who I think is the best starters, and these first round evolutions are going to represent the whole line in this one. I'll break it down later in another one, which I think is the better evolutions of each starter. But for now, we're just going to go with this one. Alright, so starting off with the pink area, these are starters since when? Yeah, like seriously, when did these three become starters? Espeon, Umbreon, and Teddy Ursa. That's an odd combination for one. Psychic, Dark, and Normal. That's odd. Just saying. If anyone knows how those are starters, please leave a comment below. I would love to know. I don't recognize them from Mystery Dungeons. I have played those, not recently, but I don't recognize them from those, so. And I know they're not the main games. Alright, moving on. We're going to start with my next least favorite section. Utterly dislike, which this will include all the evolutions for this time only. And I'm going to start with Chikorita. Chikorita from Johto on Generation 2, which consists of the Pokemon Gold, Silver, I want to say Crystal. I really do. I don't know why. And then Heart Gold, Soul Silver. I just never cared for Chikorita. Sorry. No offense, peeps. But I never have. So, that's why it's right here in this column. Grookey, I just never was a fan of. I can't pinpoint on why I didn't like this Pokemon. I just wasn't a huge fan of this Pokemon. And so therefore, just never liked it. I mean, to be fair though, there was a lot of Generation 8 Galar Pokemon that I was not a fan of. The starters were 3 of them. Take a moment on that one. I know, right? Didn't like any starters for an entire generation. That would actually be the first generation I didn't care for all 3 starters. Alright. We're going to go with Piplup next. I did not like Piplup. To me, it was a flightless bird. We already had a flightless bird once before, and that was with Charmander's final evolution. It couldn't learn to fly, if I remember right. But it wasn't supposed to be flying fire. It should have been Fire Dragon. Anyways, back to Piplup. Piplup, I honestly think should have been like Water Dark or Water Psychic or Water anything but Water Steel, really, honestly. Because I didn't like that. And so we'll just move on. My least favorite of all the starters. There's going to be another one that'll appear on this list later. So for now, it's just these 4. But my least favorite of the 4 is Tepig. He is a tank. I will not knock it. He is good. I will not knock it. But he was not for me, and I did not care for him because he was a 3rd in a row of 3 since Hoenn of firefighting starters. And frankly, that is just crazy. So therefore, that's why he's in this tier. Alright, moving on. And looking at this tier, you think I'd have more down here. But there are a good chunk of them. They're in the 2 middle ones. And I'm just going to throw them there real quick. Um, Scorbunny, Torchic, Chespin, Pikachu, and Turtwig. I don't have strong feelings for these 5 in any direction. I wasn't a big fan of Torchics. Blaziken isn't bad though. I kind of like Blaziken. Wasn't a fan of Scorbunny. Really still not a fan of Scorbunny. But if I have to use it on a playthrough of playing Color, Generation 8, so be it. Um, Chespin, I think Chespin was a lost opportunity. They could have done so much more with Chespin. And I think the same way about Turtwig as well. Turtwig has some lost opportunities. Um, he's not as nimble as Piplup and Chimchar. And it's kind of sad. So. Alright. So I'm going to go ahead and place the next group. I ain't going to talk about Pikachu. I don't got nothing to say about Pikachu. Pikachu's a mascot, so it's just going to go in the exist pile. But for the decent, I'm going to go ahead and throw these up here. I know there is a huge chunk of all the starters are in the decent pile. But let me explain. They're not bad. They're actually really good Pokemon. They're great, depending on what play style you want to do. And in some games, they make the most logical choice. Eevee, obviously, is your only choice in Pokemon Let's Go Eevee. Kind of like Pikachu is your only choice in Pokemon Let's Go Pikachu. But Eevee has a lot of choices, I think. Better choices than Pikachu. And that's why I like Let's Go Eevee more than Pikachu. Totodile. I like Totodile. Turns into a crocodile in its final evolution, which I know dual typing wasn't a thing in Generation 2, but retrofitting some of these Pokemon when they went back to do dual typing, they could have made it a water dark. I mean, they changed entire classifications of some Pokemon, like, what was it? Clefable, it's fairy now. I mean, Gardevoir went Psychic Fairy, or whatever. I mean, come on. They could have fixed this one. And same with Snivy, actually. They could have made Snivy like a Snivy or Grass Dragon. Or, Grass Poison. We haven't had that since Bulbasaur. I mean, if Generation 5 really is a remake of Generation 1, with all the improvements over the last 4 to 5 generations, then theoretically Snivy should have been Grass Poison just like Bulbasaur. Just saying. Finnegan, I actually didn't mind Finnegan until the final form. Fire Psychic, that just did not work. I would have been, would have been cool? Fire Ice. Fire Ice. For that fox. But hear me out, because it is a fox. Okay? It's a fox. It breathes fire and casts fire with a stick, but then again, teach it Ice Beam, and oh my gosh, you have so much more balance there. But Psychic, I just didn't like the Psychic. I mean, I know Dark and Ghost were covered with other things, but popular. I don't have anything negative to say about this one. I used it. Water Fairy, not bad. Pretty solid Pokemon. Um, Linton, I'm going to be fair with you, everyone. I've never used its third form. But every time it evolved into its third form, I boxed it. Because I just didn't care for it. I just couldn't do it. But it was decent enough, so I used it on my team for a while. Bulbasaur. Bulbasaur is my favorite Generation 1 Pokemon. Not my all-time favorite, but he's one of my favorites. Bulbasaur's pretty good Pokemon. Cool. I know I didn't say that right, guys. I'm sorry. But this is a good Pokemon. He's strong, he's robust, he's tanky. And the Fire Ghost thing works. I like it. Why they couldn't do that with Finnegan? I don't know. But it works for this one. Unfortunately, Quaxly's final evolution form, we just ain't gonna talk about it. Nope. Ironically, at this moment, I'm struggling beating his final form with Clive. With level 61 Pokemon, with my level 59. I have nothing left to go attack. Level up faster. I'm running out of crystal areas to go get. Yeah, never mind. Just gonna move on. Sobble. I liked Sobble. Sobble wasn't bad. It got better as it evolved. Snipe Shot. I like Snipe Shot. And it actually, the animation matches up with the actual move. I mean, have you seen some of these moves coming off these Pokemon? They don't match up with where they're coming from. Especially Weasel. Take a moment and watch Weasel's attacks. Especially like Water Gun or where he shoots water. Just watch it. Alright. On to my favorites. Now y'all are sitting here going, "Oh, there's only one category left, and there's 4 Pokemon left, and Charmander's one of them. Oh my god, yay!" Don't get too excited. Let's cover the best. Spriggerito, Squirtle, Oshawott, Cyndaquil, Trinco, and Mudkip. To me, these are the aces. The only thing better than them are Froakie, Chimchar, and Rowlet. And that's where I stand on that. I could go into details on why I like those 6 Pokemon, or why I like those 3 better, but it is what it is. That's just my choice. I think they were good choices for the games when they were first introduced. Definitely, if those were my choices in those games, those are the ones I pick when I play those games. If I can import before the first gym and hatch an egg, basically just Paldea, because they changed the way eggs work. Thank you. Or if you can get to the daycare center and call her without dying, which is a race against your life, you can get the eggs there too. But then you have to, like, if you want them hatched like back there before Leon's house, you have to run all the way back, and it takes a while. So, but it's worth it. It really is worth it. I did that with, I want to say, Mudkip a lot. And Rowlet. Because I think I used Scorbunny on my team a lot. If I didn't use Scorbunny and I used Sobble, I think I went and found a Fire Pokemon. I think I used like Growlithe or something. No, I imported Finnegan. I wanted to give Finnegan a try. Bad choice. That was not a good choice. But anyways. And then later on I was able to bring in Cyndaquil because of the whole Legends Arceus thing. So it is what it is. But yeah, those are my choices for those games. And if maybe That's where I stand. Alright, now to the final four. Froakie, Rowlet, and Chimchar. To me, these three are the best of the best. These are my favorite three. Their final forms cannot be explained any further. I will show you proof here in a moment. I'm actually booting up my Switch right now. Getting it ready to show you. Oh, shucks. No, I'm not. Because I have it set to show you something else. So, never mind. But yeah, I if I can use these three at the same time, and I think the last time I did it was Alola, I'd have to check on my DS. It's been a while. These are the three I grouped together, and they work very well. They have great movesets that counter each other very nicely, and I like it. I can't tell you which one is my all-time favorite, because with each new one that got added to that group, I can tell you right now, Chimchar has been up there the longest, and for a long time he was by himself. Because to me, Oshawott and Squirtle weren't like top tier go in this box. Rowlet replaced Trico. But there wasn't a water Pokemon for a long time. If I had to choose a water Pokemon before Froakie, not counting my recent experience with Mudkip, it would probably have to be Squirtle. So, if I had to choose, but I never did. So, Chimchar has never replaced anyone. He was up there first. Well, technically, I guess you would say Trico was up there first because it's Gen 3, but then Chimchar stayed, Froakie got added, Rowlet replaced Trico, and that's where we're at. As for the bottom one, Charmander. Charmander used to be here, up until Generation 6. And what did they do in Generation 6? They give you 3 starters. Froakie, Finnegan, and Chespin. But apparently there wasn't enough starters to shove down your throat, so they decided to give you 3 more when you got to Lumino City. Squirtle, Bulbasaur, and this pain in the rear. So you know what happens to people who get the choice of Pokemon they've already used and they know how well they do and they like them? Well, let's put it this way. Boxed, and boxed. Because it's Charmander. Dun, dun, dun. So it dropped down a tier. And it stayed there. Generation 8 come out. They repeated what they did with Generation 6, except this time they didn't include Squirtle or Bulbasaur. They're like, we'll throw those two in the DLC. They're not as great. That forced me to do this, because to me it was just shoving down their throat. And then in Generation 9, who got their most exclusive raid battle thing? Charmander. Or Charizard. And by then I was like, I don't have a tier that says Elderly Hate yet. I'm telling you, Generation 10 probably going to be creating one that says Elderly Hate. I'm tired of seeing this one. I'm really tired of seeing all of Generation 1 through 4 Pokemon at this point, minus Chimchar. The others should just be... Give them a break. We've seen enough. Give us something like Generation 5 did. Fresh, new Pokemon from start to finish. I love that. I miss that. I want that again. But this is where I stand on this. Alright. With that being said, I have a little bit of news. And I'm going to show you. On the screen, you see it says Pokemon Brilliant Diamond. The game is ready to load. It is ready to start, and it's ready for our adventures come January. I will be having videos of this gameplay. I'm going to try to do it in a 4-part series, but it just depends on how long those videos are. Because I don't want to go too long, because, I mean, those are long videos. And right now, I'm trying to find a good balance in my length of videos, and I'm struggling there. So, with that being said, so now that they all have seen the news and know what's coming, I just would like to say thank you for watching. Hope you're excited. And I want y'all to leave a comment below of your favorite top 3 starters. And they don't have to be water, grass, and fire. They can be 3 waters or 2 water. It can be whatever your top 3 are. I'm just curious to know. Please leave a comment. And then definitely like and subscribe. I definitely would like to know what y'all think. So please leave a like and subscribe on the video, or a like on the video and a subscribe to the channel. And then hit that bell, because more videos are coming. I'm working on a new schedule for my videos, so that way they're not as many coming out back to back to back to back to back, not giving anyone a chance to really watch the one that came before it, but kind of smoothed it out. And I think I finally figured it out. So I'm excited to be sharing that with y'all. I'm excited to be going into the new year. So with that being said, Happy New Year, everyone, and see you in 2024. Later.